Good morning, Tigers, and welcome back to the world's greatest elementary school. We hope you all had a great 3-day weekend as we honored Dr. Martin Luther King yesterday. January is a month that we have a lot of changes to our normal schedule. This week is a 4-day week with our normal dismissal time. Next week we begin family teacher conferences. We'll have normal 3:20 dismissal on Monday, January 23rd and Tuesday, January 24th. And then we won't have school on Wednesday, January 25th. This is our district semester break day. When we come back on Thursday, January 26th, that will be our first conference day, and we will have a 12:20 dismissal. On Friday, January 27th, we have our normal Friday 1:20 dismissal time. And then the other days are posted on the Family Tiger News and on our Shadow Lake and School District websites.
Yeah, a lot of changes. Hey Tigers, we have been noticing that over the holidays, some of you may have received some real cool new toys and gadgets. We just want to remind you that most of those items that you receive should stay at home. We know that these new items are probably special and important to you, and we don't want anything to get lost or damaged. We also want to remind you that if you have a smartwatch and you wear it to school, that when you're at school, the only thing that you should be using that watch for is to tell time or to use the step tracking function. Playing games or using your watch to make calls is not something we do while we're at school or at recess. You can use those special functions on your watch when you get home.
Definitely. All right, Tigers, this Sunday, January 23rd, our Shadow Lake PTA is doing a special fundraiser at Mod Pizza in Four Corners. That day, you and your family can go to Mod and enjoy a pizza and tell them to use the coupon code. 20% of your bill will be donated back to our PTA to support all the amazing things that they do for us here at Shadow Lake. More information in the online ordering code is available in the Tiger Family News.
Hey Tigers, it is time to give you our December update for Pause Reading. Here are the top classes for the month of December. In third place is Mr. McMaster's third grade class with 4,211 minutes. Second place is Mrs. Yassine's first grade class with 4,500. And in first place, who gets Pause the Tiger to spend the rest of their month? For the second month in a row, our top class is Mrs. Hurley's kindergarten class with, get this, 6,000 minutes of reading. Way to go, kindergartners in Mrs. Hurley's class. Way to go.
Wow, that is so impressive. All right, Tigers, our Lost and Found is still overflowing. Please make sure you check out the Lost and Found if you are missing a sweatshirt or a jacket or a water bottle or a lunchbox. We will be putting out the Lost and Found back out in the courtyard during family teacher conferences. And then on February 1st, when conferences are all over, we are going to be donating all of the items still in Lost and Found.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Abbey, what's on the lunch menu this week?
All right, here is our lunch menu. Today, Tuesday, we're going to have cheesy pull-apart. Wednesday, I know you're going to be excited. We have Belgian waffle and cheese omelet. Thursday, we have chicken burger, and then here we go, Friday, we're back to it. We have pizza, and then Tigers, today, our Tiger TV video production 0 Hour crew has a special presenter for this week's Joke of the Week. Check it out.
Okay, I'm Mrs. Moffat, and I'm here with Joke of the Week. What do we got? What instrument does a skeleton play? A trombone!
All right, Tigers, it's time to recognize more of our amazing Tigers who have been earning those Tiger Paw tickets and were selected in this week's drawing. For kindergarten, we have Liam in Mrs. Stamp's class, Ariel in Mrs. Hurley's class, Mandy in Miss Belmondo's class, and Haley in Mrs. K's class. Nice job.
Moving on to first grade, we have Amara, you won in Mrs. Roberts' room. Kayla, you're the winner in Mrs. Hanson's class. Josiah, congratulations, you were selected in Mrs. Yassine's. And Afreen, you are the winner in Mrs. Aklesh's class. Oh, Audrey in Mrs. Nelson's classroom. Way to go.
We have 5 fifth grades, so lots going on. Moving on to second grade, we have Tyler in Mrs. Kortenkamp's class, Carter in Mrs. Kemp's room, Axel in Mrs. Shireman's room, and Johan in Mrs. Meek's class.
All right, here are our third grade winners. Stephen, you're the winner in Mrs. Boyle's room. Adeline, you won in Mr. McMaster's class. Ainsley, you're the winner in Mrs. McAllen's room. And then Tyler, you won in Miss Massatelli's class.
Nice job, fourth grade. Our winners are Reagan in Mrs. Bradley's class, Evan in Mrs. Moffat's room, and Isaiah Izzy in Miss Isley's class.
And then here we go, fifth grade, last but not least. Stephen, you're the winner in Mr. K's classroom. Madison, you won in Mrs. Lish. And then Cody, congratulations, you're the winner in McCutcheon's classroom.
Nice job, boys and girls winners. When it is convenient for your teacher, they can send you to the office to pick up your prize from the Tiger Paw Treasure Chest. All right, Mr. Abby, what's going on with story time today?
All right, today in story time, you're going to get to hear the book, The Word Collector. I think you're really going to enjoy this one.
All right, Tigers, we hope you all have a great week. And remember,
It's a great day to be a tiger.
Hey Tigers, welcome back to Story Time. I'm Mrs. Smith. I'm really excited to read another story. You'll have to excuse my voice. I have a little bit of a cold, so I sound kind of raspy today. Anyway, so hopefully you can hear me good and understand me. But today I'm going to read The Word Collector. And this is a story written by Peter H. Reynolds. And I know Mrs. Spencer has talked a lot about being an effective communicator. So just think, if we collected a lot more words, how much better we could communicate. Plus, another person that we've talked about is Martin Luther King, and what an effective communicator he was, right? And we celebrated his birthday yesterday by having the day off. So he was very effective communicator. So let's find out about this, the word collector. Collectors collect things. Some people collect stamps. Some people collect coins. Others collect rocks. Some collect art. Some collect bugs. Others collect baseball cards. Some people collect comic books. And Jerome, what does he collect? Jerome collects words. He collected words he heard. My trip to Peru was perfectly pleasant. Certain words caught his attention. He collected words he saw, like willow. Certain words jumped out at him. He collected words he read, emerald. Certain words popped off the page. Short and sweet words like spark, bloom, drift, and dream. And two-syllable treats like treasure motif, whisper, glimmer, candid, hover. And multi-syllable words that sounded like little songs like guacamole, kaleidoscope, wonderful, symphony, geometry. There were words he did not know the meaning of at first, but they were marvelous to say, like aromatic, vociferous, effervescent. There were words whose sounds were perfectly suited to their meaning, like molasses, torrential, Tyrannosaurus rex, smudge, bellow. Jerome filled his scrapbooks with more and more of his favorite words. Jerome's collections grew. He began organizing them. Dreamy, science, sad, action, poetic. One day, while transporting them, Jerome slipped and his words went flying. Oh no. As he began to pick them up, he noticed his collections had become jumbled. Big words were next to little words. Sad words were next to dreamy words, like dream cloud, royal flock, blue harmony, silent orchestra. Jerome began stringing words together, words he had not imagined being side by side, like whisper and symphony, electric, peace, savor, dreams, cascading stars. He used his words to write poems. He used his poems to make songs. They moved, they delighted. Some of his simplest words were his most powerful. I understand. I'm sorry. Thank you. You matter. Jerome eagerly collected more and more of his favorite words. The more words he knew, the more clearly he could share with the world what he was thinking, feeling, and dreaming. One breezy afternoon, Jerome climbed the highest hill, pulling a wagon packed with his word collection. He smiled as he emptied his collection of words into the wind. He saw children in the valley below, scurrying about, collecting words from the breeze. Jerome had no words to describe how happy that made him. And then in the back, there's a little quote from the author, Peter Reynolds, and it says, "Reach for your own words. Tell the world who you are and how you will make it better." And that is our story, The Word Collector. I love that story. It does remind me of Martin Luther King, right? And if we all used our words in a positive way to make the world a better place and to show kindness and love to each other, what a wonderful thing that would be. All right, Tigers, remember, it's a great day to be a tiger. Have a great day.